What to do, what it is. You already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bill, aka say your name on the spot. Might not put you in my. So I just watched the WNBA Finals. So I wanted to do a quick reaction video. I typically don't do these solo, but I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. But first, let's shout out the Las Vegas Aces for winning the WNBA championship. Stay third in a 4 year span. We talked about it on the last from my perspective that dynasties are good for the league, or not just the WNBA, they're good for any league. It gives people somebody to root against, or you have the big bad guy. Like when you think of the NBA, their best years was when they had dynasties, whether it was the Lakers or the Heat or the Chicago or Boston. You know what I'm saying? So those best years was when you had a dynasty. So the Las Vegas Aces being the dynasty, I think is going to help the WNBA. Hopefully, they work out their CBA contract. But so first, like I said, shout out to Las Vegas Aces. Asia Wilson balled out. We are going to have this conversation of, is Asia Wilson going to be the GOAT? Is she going to be the greatest female basketball player of all time? I think it's an honest question to ask now. She got 4 MVPs, another finals MVP on top of that. Like I said, 3 championships. That's a lot. And not to mention the Defensive Player of the Year awards as well. It's a lot. What they say, a trophy case is full. You know what I'm saying? She got it stacked up. That mantle is full. But yeah, so shout out to her. Becky Hammond lost as a player in the finals 4 times and now has 3 championships as a head coach. Great. That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? The will to overcome and not lose, beat the pressure of the moment as a player, but able to overcome that and be great as a head coach. That's great. But yeah, shout out to all the aces. Drew Lloyd. They got Drew Lloyd coming off the bench. Drew Lloyd is going to be a Hall of Famer. They got a Hall of Famer coming off the bench that's still like in her prime. Come on, man. And then Donna Evans, you know what it is, L1C4 all day, every day. I mean not Donna, Dana Evans, L1C4 all day, every day. So shout out to her. I'm glad the Aces was able to pull it out. I wish we had a guy at Game 7, but it wasn't in the cards this year. The Aces, they went on that. What was they 14-14 at one point or something like that, and then they just went on a run. Won won like 17, 19 straight, something like that. So you knew the Aces was going to come in hot. They was you going into the playoffs. You thought they was going to be the favorite after behind the Minnesota Lynx or the defending champions, the New York Olympics. But the Aces was loaded. They had so many players. Like I said, Drew Lloyd is a role player on top of Dana Elkins, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and then of course the MVP. Like I said, the lady that you gonna have to go talk. You know what I mean? Asia Wilson, great head coach and Becky Hammond. But I wanted to talk. The main reason I wanted to do this was because the officiating. The officiating has been bad in the WNBA. It's no secret. You know what I mean? It's not like a no hidden conversation. But the officiating in this closeout game, I don't. I almost want to say it was horrendous. So when the head Nate Tibbetts, the head coach of the Phoenix Mercury, got tossed out, he got 2 technicals. Now he got in the official's face, and it doesn't look good when it's a man getting in a woman's face like that. It doesn't look good, but I don't think he didn't come in contact with her. He didn't bump her. He didn't push her. He did get in her face. Not saying that he didn't, but he didn't hit her or nothing like that. So to give him 2 technicals that quick and eject him in a closeout game, that's bad officiating. There's no way. You don't make the official made the game about her, the moment about her. You can't do that, especially in this situation. It's a closeout game in the finals. They need their head coach. You don't. You supposed now. If this was like a regular season game, I wouldn't agree with it then, but it would be more understanding. It's a regular season game, 1 of 44. Stuff's gonna happen. But in a finals game, especially in a finals closeout game, you're supposed to be able to. How did Rebecca Lobo said it? when the players and the coaches run hot, you're supposed to stay cool as an official. The official didn't do that in this scenario. There was a lot of technicals thrown out. Uh, Bonner got one for jumping and yelling in the official's face. But if you look at game three, so the Aces did that and no technicals was called. You get it, different officiating people, different officiating crews, but still you can't. That's why it's so. That's why so many players and coaches complain about the officiating because it's not consistent. Even the fans, it's not consistent. On one game, you got players yelling in the official's face, nothing happens. And then in the closeout game, you calling a technical under one of them. What? You didn't do that all. You ain't did that out for most of the year. You can't call that a technical. Was it a technical? Yes, but you ain't called it out here, so now it shouldn't be called a technical in this situation. Uh, Copper balled. Copper balled out again like she did in game three, but even she got a technical. She said something. She fouled out. She said something to the refs. She shouldn't have said it because your team's still trying to fight and come back. But she said it in the interview with Holly Rowe. The officiating's bad, and you see that she called herself because she wanted to say so much more, but she didn't say more because she already know it's a potential to get a fine and whatnot, and it ain't the time or the place. But it wasn't the time and place, but she had to let it be known that the officiating was bad, and I completely agree with her in this situation. But yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, shout out to the Las Vegas Aces. I'm sad to see the WNBA season come to an end, but I am glad the season was a good season. They announced the first team. They announced the first and second team. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. You know me, I'm an Indiana fan. Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell for making the first team All WNBA, well deserving. Also, shout out to AT for the Mercury. She had a triple double. Like she had a triple double in the closeout game. She balled out and she was deserving to be on first team All WNBA, and of course, the MVP was there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to everybody. But you know what I'm saying? Me and Dion gonna get back to it next week. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it y'all later.